April 1943, Huelva, Spain, a citizen spotted a dead man washed up on the shore and reported him to the authorities. Upon inspection, he turned out to be a British Navy major by the name of William Martin. He had a briefcase handcuffed to him, containing a few personal items as well as a letter from the Navy, suggesting that they invade Greece while German troops were occupied in France. Spain, despite being neutral in the war, did tend to report intelligence to the Axis powers in times of strategic need. They were shocked at their discovery. Britain's master plan was to distract the troops in France while they would catch the Nazis by surprise and invade Greece, which was at that moment Nazi occupied. The letter went into detail on how the invasion would go down and even specified exactly where they would land their fleets. The German army, shocked at this discovery, moved all their fleets and all their troops from France to Greece to prepare for this incoming invasion. There was just one problem. This was a hoax. There was no Major William Martin, and there was no invasion of Greece. So what exactly happened on this one fateful event? This never-before-seen bamboozle took months of preparation. It was inspired by the Trout Memo by Ian Fleming, which would later become his inspiration to write Casino Royale and the James Bond saga. Britain knew that they were vastly outnumbered by the German army, but they also knew that what they lacked in brute force, they had in ingenuity and technology. So they decided to fool the enemy. The Axis powers expected Britain to invade France since it was symbolically important for them and because it was some of the most strategically significant territory in Europe due to its location. So what they did was look for a way to distract the German troops elsewhere. First, they needed a corpse that they could disguise as a Navy major who had drowned in sea. While searching in a London morgue, they had found just the man. He was a Welsh tramp with no family, no friends, and no significant accomplishments in his life. He passed by the means of accidental ingestion of rat poison. What he didn't know was that in the afterlife he would accomplish so much more than he had ever done in his entire life. He would single-handedly change the course of World War II. First, he was given an elaborate and detailed backstory. Then, he was added to government data as a UK citizen. The briefcase handcuffed to him had a few items of strategic importance. First were personal items to confirm his backstory, including a photo of his fictional wife, who was actually an army assistant. He also had a Catholic medallion. The place where he was dropped off was very religious, so by having a medallion, a full autopsy wouldn't be performed for religious motives. This meant they did not have to worry too much about the rat poison in his system. D-Day. Major William Martin, or at least his corpse, was put into a U-boat, completely covered. Not even the ship's crew knew he was there. Once they had arrived near the shore, the captain informed his crew of the operation, and the body was released into the sea to be discovered by the man on the beach. In the end, the operation was successful, as Adolf Hitler commanded all of his troops to be mobilized and put on the Greek front. So Britain took the opportunity and invaded Sicily, eventually allowing them to reconquer the rest of Europe via France. Ian Fleming turned out to be a successful author thanks to his book, Casino Royale, and he continued writing about his newly created character, James Bond, an icon of British pop culture. inspired by the unlikely chain of events that completely eradicated the morbid fate that Europe was about to face.